Every night that thing is dragging its claws across the wooden boards of my cabin. It goes round and round, and its heavy steps make the floorboards creak and groan. It's taunting me, and so my greed will be the end of me. This is the last entry in the diary found in an abandoned cabin in the woods. Where that is located simply does not matter. What does is the title found on the first page of the journal, The Death of Fortune Ritual. What follows is a short rendition of the notes and purpose of the ritual. 15 hairs from a horse's tail, a handful of coal ground into a fine powder, a bottle of holy water, and the silver cross, 3 coins, no matter their value, and an oil lamp. This is what's needed to proceed with the ritual. You want to do it outside, for if you don't, the thing will be summoned in whatever confined space you happen to be in, and it will devour you. So make sure you complete the first step somewhere outside where you won't be bothered. Dig a hole deep enough to bury the coins. Place the silver cross on top when you are done. Invoke the entity by reciting the following. Venite et servite mihi, via ego dominus vestersum. Si domum meam ingredieris, me consumet. Si non potes, numi mei cras duplicabunt. The incantation holds the purpose of the ritual and calls forward the entity in question. It can translate as follows. Emerge and serve me, for I am your master. Should you manage to enter my house, you may consume me. Should you fail, my coins will double by tomorrow. The catch is to manage to stay protected for as many nights as possible, to be able to bring your initial 3 coins to a much more substantial sum. Now it is important for you to keep in mind a few things. To begin, the beast is dumb, and you will virtually be in no danger for the first 3 days or so. However, as it spends more time on the earthly plane, it will start to develop its intelligence and wit. For example, it won't understand that your house has an entry point, also known as a door. But give it a few nights, and you will start to hear the doorknob rattling, so make sure you lock it tight. If it does manage to break the door, you will be safe only if you have a line of powdered coal that is not interrupted and that touches the doorframe on both sides. The beast will be hurt the first time it touches it and will soon start looking for other ways to break in. It cannot stand light, for it does not understand it, so you can scare it away with the lantern for a while. However, soon enough, it will become curious rather than afraid, and it will start approaching the light instead. If you managed to burn the thing, you may get it to stay away from you for a little while longer. But there's no telling when it will gather its courage again and start fighting back. I should say to those of you who will ask why you need an oil lamp specifically, it is because, for the duration of the ritual, electricity will not function in your house. And even if it did, it would not take long for the thing to realize that it is not dangerous. Should the entities stop fearing fire before you decide to close the ritual, you have one last line of defense: your holy water. Now keep in mind, The best way to keep the beast away with holy water is to aim for its eyes and blind it. It will not be able to see anything until the next day. However, ask yourself if it is really plausible to think that you will aim right each time, or that the beast won't move or turn to avoid it, or that it won't attack you before you can make a move. This part of the game can stretch indefinitely, as long as you manage to blind the demon. This is when the poor turn rich or die trying, consumed by, well, I suppose we can name it greed. In the event that you want to close the ritual, and I advise you to do so as soon as possible and not to test your fortunes, here is how you will proceed. Recite the following passage before the sun descends under the horizon. Perdidisti tempus tuum, pecuniam tuam habeo, quanta laetitia, discede nunc, descende in abyssum. It is important to know that you should always have some holy water left to be able to close the ritual. You need to drink the entire amount that you have left. This will ensure that the beast leaves and that you remain safe. Should you fail to say the incantation before dusk, the beast will show up as always, and good luck to you keeping it at bay one more night. At this point, you're not playing for money, you're playing for your life. And I don't believe I need to tell you what happens should you run out of holy water besides the fact that you will not be able to close the ritual. You're doomed. In the event that you do actually manage to complete the ritual, you might want to go claim your reward. Return to the spot where you've buried your coins. Retrieve the silver cross and dig. Depending on the amount you've planted and the number of nights you've survived, your sum should be more or less satisfactory. Say you last for a week and you've buried $3. By the end of it, you will have just under $400. If you make it for just an extra 3 days, you'll have gained a little over $3,000. Most people stop around the 10 to 14 days mark. That's not to say people haven't lasted up to a month, but from the journal entry, the longest one has gone was 42 days. One last word of caution for you. Don't get greedy. If you have doubts whether you can last another night, don't think twice and end the ritual. You can try this again indefinitely. The beast is always open to play. The question is, who of you two is hungrier? And also, for those of you thinking you can't bury more than 3 coins, go ahead. I promise you won't be around anymore to hear me say I told you so. Oh, and before I forget, make sure no one will find your silver cross, eh? Because even if you complete the ritual, if the cross goes missing, say someone comes along, finds it and picks it up, this will allow the beast to take all your money with it when it leaves. Good luck to you all. Hello my little ghosts, thank you for listening to tonight's story, and I want to take a moment to give a special thanks to all of you who have subscribed to the channel so far. It is amazing to see our little community grow, and thank you to all of you who take a moment to like this video. It is the easiest way to support me, and don't forget, since you're here, to turn on all notifications by clicking on that little bell. Thank you once again, and have an amazing rest of the day or night.